So I have some really interesting information on what happens when your body starts drying out. I'm talking about dry skin, like dry hands. Let's say your hands are getting dry and wrinkly, or let's say, for example, you have a dry mouth or dry eyes. What is behind this dryness? Okay, there's multiple causes. Let's start with your skin. So if people have dry skin, they usually take some type of moisturizer to counter it. But what happens after about 5 or 6 minutes is all of a sudden it's dry again. So they need this moisturizer over and over and over. You have to realize that whatever's in that cream goes directly into your skin, into your bloodstream, into the liver, and other organs. So if there's petroleum, if there's chemicals, it's going right inside your body. And unfortunately, a lot of these moisturizer creams actually end up drying you out because they have certain things in them, like alcohol. Either consumption of alcohol or in a cream can make you dry from the inside out. Then we have petroleum products, right? So you have to start reading the label on your creams and avoid anything with petroleum. Medication, psych drugs, high blood pressure medication. There's actually over 500 drugs that have as their symptom dry skin. If you're a diabetic, you'll have a tendency to have more dry skin. Mineral oil, which is not good to be either in your products topically or taking internally. An autoimmune condition, lupus, can also affect your eyes, mouth, but definitely dry skin and dry hair. If you have city water, okay, you don't have spring water and you don't have a filter, you get fluoride, you get chlorine, all sorts of chemicals that will just completely dry your skin out. Not to mention drinking tap water can make you dry from the inside out. Now, the other elephant in the room is soap and excessively washing your hands or using some type of detergent. Detergents pull out oils, okay? So you're going to basically pull out all these really important oils in your skin, like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and many other oils that are not vitamins, but are essential fats that you need to keep your skin of a certain moisture. Now, if you have gut issues, okay, that can actually create all sorts of skin problems, one being dry skin. Now, the liver is a really important organ in relationship to your skin. Your skin is a good reflection of what's going on in your liver. If you have liver cirrhosis, inflammation in the liver, if you have a fatty liver, you're going to have some skin issues, and dry skin is definitely one of them. So let's shift from the skin to dry eyes. If your eyes are dry, the most likely cause is a vitamin A deficiency. As a side note, egg yolks also have beta carotene as well as retinol, so they have both. But the point is, you need retinol to prevent dry eyes. The best source of retinol, which is the active form of vitamin A, is liver, egg yolks, and cod liver oil. So typically you can have dry eyes from either something lacking in your diet, or usually it's a gallbladder problem. Also realize that your microbes make a secondary type of bile salt, and you could be deficient in those microbes, and that could be the reason why you're not pulling this vitamin A into your eyes. The next point I want to bring up about dryness in your body, and I'm talking about skin, dry mouth, and dry eyes. Typically what happens, you have a decrease of estrogen, but you have a more significant decrease in progesterone. So we have this major drop in progesterone and this drop in estrogen that's not as low. So the ratio is really low progesterone to high estrogen, but it's really not too high, but just the ratios are off. These ratios can greatly affect your skin. They can affect your collagen, but they will usually make your skin very, very dry. This is why women after menopause notice that their skin is so dry, and they start using all these creams and it doesn't seem to work. And the skin sometimes looks wrinkly on their hands or their face. So this is what I recommend you do. You could take a progesterone cream and put it into your skin and see good results. But I think another thing you may want to try first would be to take a DHEA product. Okay, it's a natural product you can take, which is kind of like a building block for these hormones to tend to boost them up. It's kind of like the raw material to build up more progesterone as well as estrogen and other hormones too, like cortisol and testosterone, things like that. So if you were to take that as a supplement, not a lot, You just need a little bit, because if you take too much, you can actually raise hormones higher than it should be. The last area I want to talk about is dry mouth. Okay, what can cause dry mouth more specifically than what I already talked about? If your body is producing less than 0.1 milliliters of saliva per minute, you will fit in the category of a deficiency of saliva, which is going to cause dry mouth. And so there's a lot of benefits to having enough saliva that can help prevent cavities, to help prevent tartar. Antibiotics, okay, can create a dry mouth. Antibiotics can increase your risk of getting candida, which can also give you a dry mouth. And then if you're consuming sugar that feeds the candida, it just will never go away. Going to the dentist and getting a fluoride treatment because you want to make your teeth whiter, or having extra fluoride in your toothpaste, can also affect the microbiome in your mouth and create dry mouth. The last thing, which is probably the most important thing, is your diet. If you are on a high carb diet, you're going to notice you're going to have more of a dry mouth. So, of course, the thing to do is to go low carb. All right, it's combining two things, lanolin with vitamin E oil. What is lanolin? That is a natural substance that sheep produce that keep their skin and wool nice and protected. And you can get this as a natural product, okay? Then you can put on your skin. It works great for dry skin. And then put a little bit in a dish with a couple drops of natural vitamin E oil, mix it up good, and rub that into your hands and other parts of your body. And you're going to notice a great moisturizer effect, especially in the winter. And I think you'll really like the solution.